Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to do mindfulness, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to do an activity we've never done before. Months and months ago, you took a test, and it wasn't a regular test. It was a test about things like bullying and problem solving and making friends and stuff like that. And we did really well. Most of us were very, very green. But one thing that was very common amongst the whole school is that kids were missing the question about problem solving. The question had to do with if you have a problem, do you pick the first answer that comes to mind, or do you think things through? A lot of kids put that they just choose the first thing that comes to mind. And I want to talk about that and why that's not exactly the best strategy. We have been talking the last couple of weeks about zones. A lot of times we're not in the green zone. We're in the yellow or the blue or the red. And by making those decisions just really quickly, they call that impulsively, sometimes we make the wrong decision. So it's important when you're problem solving, when something comes up, that you really stop and you think through all the possible solutions, all the consequences that could come with those solutions, and you pick the right solution for you. So, in mindfulness today, we are going to think about a problem that you've had either today already or this week. And it could be super small. So, for example, trying to think of a problem I've already had this morning. Oh, easy. I was running late this morning. So I was running late for school. I was still at home, and I looked at the clock and I knew if something didn't change, I wasn't going to make it to school on time. So that was a problem. So there was a lot I could have done. I could have skipped my breakfast. I could have left Mac in bed and let my husband wake him up. Usually I wake him up and love on him a little bit. I could have just been late. There were a lot of choices. So I thought through each and every one of them, and I decided that I would pack my breakfast instead of eating at home because gotta love on my little man. So anyway, it could be a very small problem, like you didn't get your homework done, or you were running late for school, or you were out of toothpaste, or got into an argument with your brother or sister. It could be small, it could be big, it could be from last month. I don't care. But I want you to take a minute and think about a problem you have had recently. Take a minute and breathe. And it could be an ongoing problem, like you're not getting along with someone, or you're struggling in math, or think about a problem. It could even be that something is worrying you. It's always on your mind. You don't know how to get rid of it. You can't sleep. There's so many problems. All right, so now that you've had your problem in your mind, we are going to take 2 minutes of mindfulness breathing. And what you are going to do in your brain is you are going to think through your problem, and you're going to think through all kinds of different solutions, things that you can do to fix the problem. Think about consequences that could come about with that. For example, I was late to school. If I decided just to speed, I might get a ticket. If I decided to skip breakfast, I would be hungry. If I decided not to wake up Mac, I would have been really sad. So there are consequences that come with every single solution. So take this time, 2 minutes of deep breathing, to think through your current problem that you have, that you're facing. Think through all kinds of different solutions, what consequences might come, how it could affect your future. And then I want you to imagine you choosing one solution. So go ahead and take 2 minutes. Just breathe and think. If you like drawing pictures, you can imagine drawing a picture of the problem and then drawing little bubbles with different solutions. If you like to write things out, you could imagine a whiteboard and you write your problem on the board, and then you write 1, 2, 3, and come up with different solutions. 1 solution, 2 solutions, 3 solutions. Deep breaths to really focus. "30 more seconds." At this point, I want you to imagine that you're picking one of your solutions, and I want you to play it out in your head. What would happen? Imagine that you picked that solution and you did it. How would it work out? All right, take a deep breath in. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath in with me. Hold it. And out. I hope this was helpful for you. Remember, always think through, if you have a big challenge, a big problem, always think through different solutions and how it's going to impact your future. Have a great day. If you have time in class, you can share what your problem was and what solution you chose.